Welcome! Today, we are diving into a really fascinating idea where ancient spiritual wisdom bumps right up against modern science. It's a concept that might just completely change how you think about faith. So, forget about faith as some kind of desperate call into a silent, empty void. What if it's more about attuning ourselves, like tuning a radio to a song that's already playing all around us? And that one idea, that's our key for today. All right, so let's get right to the heart of it with our first section, faith as tuning in. We're going to explore this Mahayana Buddhist idea that suggests the universe isn't just this passive stage for our lives, but a responsive, living, breathing reality.
The term at the center of all this is Kanno Dokkyo. You could translate it as receptivity and response. Now, this isn't about superstition or wishful thinking, not at all. It's describing a subtle, natural law of resonance, almost like a living dialogue between our own sincerity and the universe itself.
Okay, think about this. You have two tuning forks. You strike one, and way across the room, the other one, the one with the exact same pitch, starts to vibrate, to hum, all on its own. Nobody touched it. Well, Kanno Dokkyo suggests that our own inner state, our sincerity, our vow, it can work in the exact same way, creating a resonance with the world around us.
So if our inner state can really create a resonance, then how does the universe answer back? For centuries, spiritual teachers have come up with these beautiful, poetic ways to describe exactly that.
Take the 13th century Buddhist teacher, Nichiren. He compared our lives to a caged bird. But get this, the bird's song isn't just a lonely cry. It's a call that actually summons a response from the free birds in the sky. It becomes a mutual calling, a shared song.
And here is the really crucial point. Freedom isn't found by just breaking the bars at the cage. It's found by connecting to something bigger through its song. That vibration invites a compassionate echo. This isn't a one-way prayer. It's a two-way street, a mutual recognition.
And if that metaphor didn't quite click, how about this one from the Tiantai master Zhiyi? He said the universe's response is like an echo. So what does that mean? Well, it means our sincerity, our effort, our practice, that's the sound. And if you don't make a sound, you can't get an echo. We have to be part of it.
Okay, this is where things get really, really cool. We're about to connect this ancient spiritual wisdom with actual observable science. You have to wonder, right? How do these poetic metaphors stack up against scientific scrutiny?
It's pretty amazing. What ancient traditions called Kanno Dokkyo, modern physics calls resonance, that amplification of energy between systems on the same frequency. And what they called mutual recognition, well, biology now calls that entrainment, the synchronization of rhythms. It's the same principle, just described in two completely different languages, centuries apart.
And this is not just some abstract theory. Entrainment is something we can literally observe and measure. Scientists have seen the heartbeats of people in a group start to align, to beat in sync. They've measured brainwaves stabilizing during deep meditation, and they've tracked how our heart and brain can sync up to create something called coherence.
In fact, check this out. Research from the HeartMath Institute found something truly remarkable. When we feel positive emotions, like appreciation or compassion, it physically changes our heart's rhythm into this smooth, harmonious pattern, a perfect sine wave. And this directly leads to more emotional stability and a clearer mind. Our inner state literally harmonizes our own body.
So if this is a real, observable thing, the next logical question is, how do we do it? How do we move from just understanding the theory to actually living in resonance? Let's take a look.
For practitioners in this tradition, one of the primary tools is chanting the phrase Namu Myoho Renge Kyo. Let's break that down real quick. Namu basically means I devote myself. It's that act of letting go of the isolated ego. The rest of the phrase, Myoho Renge Kyo, points to the underlying rhythm of life itself. So the chant becomes a powerful tool for attunement. It's how you strike your own tuning fork.
Now, it's really important to get this next part. This isn't about one of two extremes. It's not purely about self-power, jiriki, where you do everything on your own. And it's not about just passively waiting for some outside help, or other power, tariki. Kanno Dokkyo is a third way. It's a co-creative partnership, a mutual resonance, where our effort meets a responsive universe right in the middle.
And get this practice has an incredible ripple effect. Just like that one vibrating tuning fork can make another one start to hum, a person living in this state of faithful resonance can actually inspire that same coherence in other people. Your personal practice isn't just for you, its vibration radiates outward.
So let's bring all these threads together. We've journeyed from these beautiful ancient metaphors all the way to modern science, and we've arrived at a pretty profound conclusion about the nature of the cosmos and our place in it.
When it comes down to it, what this all tells us is that awakening is not a solo act. It's a duet. It's this incredible dance between our own finite lives and the infinite rhythm of the cosmos. This framework suggests the universe isn't cold or silent or indifferent. It's a responsive field, always ready to echo the sound of our own awakening heart.
You know, the author of our source material shares this beautiful personal reflection. He describes how in these moments of deep practice, it feels like everything is chanting with him, the trees, the walls, even the silence. And he concludes that faith isn't about all this effort and striving, but about letting oneself be sung, just consenting to be moved by a song that's already playing.
And that brings us to our final question, something for you to think about. What if we've been looking at faith all wrong? What if it isn't about desperately reaching out for an answer, but simply about learning to listen, and then, finally, learning to join the song?